What's up, Eagle Empire? I'm Ted McCoart, and this is Tuesday TED Talk. Fans, today I'm at historic Sonny Allen Field, home of the Morehead State baseball team. Now today I got to catch up with Morehead State senior pitcher Jason Go. Jason is a fifth-year redshirt senior. Now Jason is primed to lead the Morehead State baseball team into another historic season. Last year the Eagles racked up 40 wins, Jason with a win in the OVC tournament and a few other big performances. This season Jason's primed to be the team's ace on the hill. But what many fans might not know is some of the hardships Jason struggled through injuries during his career. And also, he's already finished school with his bachelor's degree and is working on his master's. He's an accomplished student athlete. I sat down with Jason, getting ready to meet with him here in the clubhouse. We're going to talk a little bit about Morehead State baseball and a little bit about Jason Go. Now we're joined by Morehead State redshirt senior, Jason Go. Jason, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm excited to be on the show today. I'm looking to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to sitting down and having this episode of Tuesday TED Talk with you, man. Talked about it a few weeks ago, and you seemed excited, so
For sure.
Here we are. Jason, me and you kind of know each other from background.
Yeah, undergraduate.
Sport management. Julia and Mike Hypes and Steve Chin, the whole gang over there at Sport Management.
Love them.
Good stuff. Now, Jason, that's obviously your major, and you're a senior baseball player, but you've already finished school.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to kind of finish my degree during the fall semester this year with my internship through the athletic department, so it was a good time.
How was that interning with the athletic department? This is my second year working there. I love it. Couldn't work with a better group of people. What did you get from that experience?
It was very eye-opening for me. Definitely just being in the realm of sport business for the first time, there was a lot of stuff that I would definitely want to kind of just soak in and learn about the business itself, and it was very rewarding. So.
And you worked with Paul Rhodes in facilities and did some of that. What were some of the things you kind of did every day down there?
Everyday stuff kind of included just errands that he would have us kind of complete, or just preparation for any kind of sporting events during that week. So if it ranged from football setup, we were usually there, really kind of doing a lot of work Wednesday through Thursday, and Friday kind of putting the final touches on what we need to get ready for Saturday. So
yeah, it's a pretty great thing to have that internship on the end of that program, because it lets you kind of get out and
really
work.
Learn. Yeah. And kind of apply anything that we had learned in the past 3.5 years of our degree. So
yeah, so that's really great. So you actually graduated with your bachelor's in the spring, correct?
It was actually in the fall. Yes.
Okay.
I walked over at Christmas.
All right. So now you are pursuing a master's degree. Now let's give everybody some background here. Jason, you're a fifth-year redshirt senior because an injury.
Yeah, I had Tommy John surgery.
We'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit, but now you're able to, this gave you an extra year, essentially, playing baseball here at Morehead State, and you're able to start pursuing your master's degree here also.
Yeah.
And what are you pursuing your master's in also?
Also sports management. It's something that I kind of really enjoyed, and I kind of felt that it was a good career path and very, very fun to kind of dig into some of those kind of aspects and cases found in the sport business world.
Yeah, it's so much broader than what people think when they hear sport management. They think it's coaching or something like that, but it's all aspects from media to legal. I mean, it's really just is an expansive major. Now, you of course were familiar with Morehead State though before you got here. 2000. What year did you get? 2016.
Yes, the fall
First year?
2015.
Okay, 2015 was your first year here on campus, but your brother actually played baseball here at Morehead State, right?
He played here for the 4 years prior to me coming to Morehead.
And he played for 4 years before you got here.
Yes.
What was that kind of like? I mean, just being familiar with the program and being familiar with Morehead. Were you already sold on wanting to come here?
Partially, yeah. I think it was always very appealing to me to have the opportunity to potentially have a baseball career where I got to enjoy time playing on the same team as my older brother. And I think that would have been a really cool kind of spin to our relationship. But yeah, I started coming to games, I think it was my probably 8th grade or freshman year of high school. And then, since then I've just been kind of keeping up with it until then.
So you weren't, as a pitcher, you weren't scared of the right field wall at Sonny Allen Field?
Oh, no. I knew what kind of damage it could be done here.
You were ready for it. Okay. I mean, it's a big deal. If you haven't seen it, we'll show it to you in a bit. What is that, about 250 feet?
I want to say that right center at its shortest point is around 270 feet.
Yeah,
270, 280 feet.
It's a pitcher's nightmare, but you and your teammates have seemed to handle it pretty well over the years. Now this is a pretty historic facility that we're in here.
Definitely.
Is that something that you believe plays a key in some of your guys' success recently?
Definitely.
You guys have had some of the best seasons in program history the past 4 seasons since you've been here under Coach Mike McGuire, and we wish him the best of luck at USC Upstate. Now under Coach Mickey Aoki, and it's a new regime per se. But how does this? I mean, this all stays the same. This is never going to change.
Yeah, the environment itself. I think it's an added advantage for our team, especially. We get to play here throughout the whole year. But to that point, I think last year we only had 2 losses at home. So I think we definitely take care of business when we're in our own ballpark, and from that point, it's tough to beat us. So
yeah, it's a pretty cool atmosphere, especially whenever there's a lot of people here and it's a big game. It's a lot of fun to watch some baseball here at Sunny Island Field. Well, let's head outside to the field and let's check it out, talk a little baseball. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right.
All righty.
All right, Jason. So now we're out here on the home dugout here at Sunny Island Field, down the first base line. Some good moments, I'm sure, been had here in this dugout on this field. Quite the historical field, like we talked about in the locker room earlier. But now, also probably some tough memories you've went through also here.
Oh yeah.
We talked about on the couch in there in the clubhouse about your injury to your arm. It started with a shoulder injury, right? And then it ended up, it cost you 2 seasons, basically.
Yeah, there was kind of 2 separate instances. One where I was really kind of hurt at first, and then it was in my recovery that I kind of sustained the next one. And it was just through those 2 years that were pretty much filled with going to the training room a lot of days and doing a lot of rehab.
So you missed your entire sophomore season, and then come back after rehabbing a little bit, and threw a few games, and then just didn't feel right.
So it was during the second game that I was coming back from was when I actually sustained the injury to get Tommy John. So
Tommy John surgery, you hear about it all the time, but kind of tell the people what it really is.
So Tommy John surgery is like an ACL. It's the part of it's a tendon in your body that connects your arm together. And for baseball players, it's a pretty important piece.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
especially pitchers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like that's pretty much. I don't know. Like it definitely has a big effect on what goes on and how you kind of feel from a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. Is how your elbow and your shoulder feel.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how Tommy John surgery is just just a pop culture thing almost in baseball. Everybody knows that the term, that phrase.
Yeah, exactly.
But so they reconnect your tendon there, correct?
Yes. So Tommy John, its medical term is called reconstructive UCL surgery, and what they do is they'll take other tendons or ligaments in your body. They're made up of the same muscle material, so they can use them essentially for the same purpose. And so what they did is they grafted my hamstring tendon and kind of braided it together and made me a new UCL.
Okay, and how long did the rehab process take? That took you out for the entire rest of the season until you came back last year.
I sustained the injury my junior year, kind of in middle to late February, and then I believe I had surgery in the middle of March that year. And I was really kind of recovering from the injury or going through that throwing program that comes along with that process for a full year. So
it's quite the strenuous rehab process. But you hear these stories about people who get Tommy John come out of it adding a couple miles an hour to their fastball or gaining some command. Have you noticed anything different since that? You feel like you have a brand new right arm?
I think a good thing that kind of came from it for me was there's confidence that was kind of brought along with it. It was going through that process and the long days that kind of get you to the point where you know that you're confident in what you're able to do with it and stuff like that. So yeah, it was very rewarding. So,
and that confidence really showed last year on the hill. I mean, you guys 40 wins as a team. How many wins did you have?
I believe it was, I want to say 6 or 7.
Had quite the year. I know game at UT Martin, you struck out 13 batters. Heck of a performance. got some great beard shots at that one. I did,
Yeah, you did.
And then you went to the OVC tournament, and this is my favorite, and we may have to roll the Ryan Lane walk-off bomb.
That was incredible.
On that one.
It was a lot of fun.
You go the complete game and end up getting the win in the bottom of the ninth over Murray State in the OVC tournament to keep you guys alive, and you guys played through to the championship game. But man, that night, that was something incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, I agree. It was anything that could go right for us, and clutch moments really did, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, you came off the mound after the ninth inning, and you were fired up, and you just had the feeling. The guys came out and they showed that same energy you did coming off, and Ryan Lane puts it right over the center field wall, deepest part of the park, and you guys mobbed him at the plate. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Me and Matt Shaver with a great call.
Yeah,
dude.
I listened to that night, and it just kind of gave me chills. It was really, really awesome.
Don't like that call, but
Ryan Lane going back to the wall. Walk-off home run, Ryan Lane. Holy cow! Center field, he does it. He hit one there earlier, and he does it. Ryan Lane.
The Eagles are at the plate. How about that, Ryan
The Eagles fly home and soar to victory. Wow.
Other than that game, what were some of your other memories that really stood out last year? You guys had a really strong pitching staff last year. Dalton Stanbaugh in the Baltimore Orioles organization now. Just to name one of them, really just he can put it in there, throw strikes, throw breaking stuff.
He's a really great competitor.
Really good, really strong lefty that you guys had in your rotation. What was that team like last year that won 40 games? And also, I want you to talk a little bit about just the grind through the season that it is in baseball. I know you guys went through a little rough patch, a little bit in OVC play, but managed to rebound and run all the way to the championship.
Yeah, I think those two things that you brought up really kind of go hand in hand. The relationship that you kind of build with your teammates comes from that almost just like daily grind of being at the field every day. Tarp pulls, which is just a common thing for baseball players dealing with bad weather, it's just really something that kind of brings the team together partially. It's just those kind of moments. And you bring that up about those hardships is really when we learned who we were as a team and what we could really accomplish. And from that point forward, we were playing and instilling confidence in each other and having a lot of fun when we did it. So
yeah. And now on to this season, your senior season, and you and Jake Ziegemeyer are the captains.
Yes.
For this year's squad. You also have Alex Garbert coming back on the mound. Have some really nice pieces in the field. Dom Peroni, Ryan Lane, Steve Hill, also Logan Goodnight coming back. Maybe fill the hole in the infield there that we've lost from a guy like Reed Leonard, a all-OVC guy, the hits leader in school history. Also get Bryce Henser back in the outfield. So
absolutely,
a nice core of returners for your guys' squad this year, and you'll be right on the center of it on that hill. About a little further than 90 feet away from us, potentially on opening day. What's your mindset right now as you guys are approaching that season, and what do you think about the squad you guys have put together this year?
I think our squad in itself is very good. I think we're surprise a lot of people. We've got some really talented guys that'll be playing behind me and the rest of our pitching staff that I think will do wonders for us this year and really kind of prove to people that we're a staple in the OVC and that we still deserve to be where we're at. So it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, it's kind of just carrying on the reputation now of that this is a baseball power in this conference, and it's not going to go away. But there has been some change in the program though. Coach Mick Aoki now takes over after Mike McGuire. Had a great run here, 2 OVC championships. I don't even know how many wins he racked up. Other than that first year, every year after that was 30 or more.
Yeah, it was
I believe. But what's the change been like, and what's that been like to go through as a player?
I think it was for me personally, I think it was a good kind of transition. I don't think. I think that just the switch of a coach for me was something that opened my eyes to some things, but then also gave me some perspective on other things where, I don't know, I feel like with our new coach, we're going to accomplish a lot and we're going to be very successful. So it's going to be a fun year. I believe our coaching staff is doing the best they can, and we're going to come out and play play some good baseball.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, he's inherited quite the group. But now, what is the difference been in coaching styles? I mean, you did say it's kind of giving you a refresher course maybe on baseball, and kind of you're really excited now because you want to see what you guys can accomplish under. But what's kind of some of the maybe the key differences that fans may notice on the field or on the mound whenever you guys roll out on I think February 30th here at Allen Field?
In that aspect, I don't think too much will change, like in-game stuff. I think both of those coaches are going to be are great competitors without question. I think there's just different kind of styles of play to them that we'll be able to really kind of utilize, I think, this year. So it's going to be from that perspective, it's going to be pretty cool to see what we can do and what we're capable of.
Coach Aoki coming from Notre Dame, Boston College before that. I mean, those are two Power 5 schools with they don't have to want for anything there. What's it been like? Have you noticed any adjustments he's made since he got here this summer, working towards the season?
A little bit, yeah. I think he came in and wanted to make an immediate impact without question. One of our first days on campus and with the team as a group was we were doing field work, and we were just kind of crossing some T's, dotting some I's about what our stadium kind of instilled, and like what our stadium kind of really looked like. We did a lot of power washing and stuff like that. And then on the other side of it was with Coach Aoki, we do a lot of like mental rep stuff and just kind of have like a team philosophy and stuff about what we're doing. So it's a cool spin, and it's very motivating without question.
So you talked about you guys do a little, mental work. I mean, do you guys see a sports psychologist or anything like that? Have you guys is that something that he's kind of introduced to you guys?
This semester we're meeting with a sports psychologist. She's roughly about once a week, and at the least it's kind of a lesson plan almost, where we'll have like a topic, a discussion. And currently right now we have kind of an acronym that we use. It's called Be an Eagle, that we kind of go through, and so far we've kind of been like working and kind of like doing a lot of analyzing of each piece of that acronym. So
yeah, trying to find make your team identity. What,
absolutely.
If you had to label this team with a word, what would you say about this 2020 Morehead State baseball team?
I think this team is going to be really relentless more than anything. I think there's going to be some times where we're going to need some people to pull more weight than they're used to, and I think they're going to be able to come through big for us. So I think that's going to be a big key for us.
If I know you, I mean, you're ready to go 9 on the hill, as long as you're throwing strikes right down the middle. Now, another tough season though, schedule-wise. You guys start out at Michigan State, 10 days away, and not at Michigan State, and Charleston, South Carolina against Michigan State, Big Ten school. Once again, you guys have Kentucky on the schedule, just quite a few large name schools, and then the OVC is just one of the best baseball mid-major conferences in America. What's the schedule grind like here? You already talked about going through the tough times with your team, and that's how you guys kind of grow up. But what's the grind like? The opponent grind day to day. No real off days in the schedule.
Yeah, I think to the sports credit, we play roughly about 5 games a week almost at some point. So we're playing 2 midweek games and then having a 3-game series either at home or on the road somewhere against an OVC opponent. I think every year so far that I've been here, we've done a great job of putting together a good non-conference schedule. Like you brought up, we play UK, playing Michigan State just right off the bat.
Did you guys play Louisville again this year?
Yeah, like we play Louisville, I believe, at the end of February.
Almost got them last year.
Yeah, I want to say it was close to like an 8-10 or like a 9-10 ball game. That was a lot of fun to be a part of. But other than that, let's see, we have.
Dayton here at home.
Dayton's coming to us. To mention that Louisville, I think they're ranked something like ridiculous. They're like number 1.
Series team, yeah.
They're going to be a good kind of eye-opening experience, I think, for some of our like younger guys that'll be able to get in the game against those teams. And it's, to their credit, they should know it's still going to be the same ball game they've been playing since they've grown up as a kid. So.
And those games that you guys play against those big schools, there's a lot of midweek games where it's not. You guys will kind of may have a staff day or use quite a few pitchers, young pitchers, getting to go out there and be right in those
Oh
big
yeah,
key
that's
situations.
what I had those experiences when I was a underclassman, and I think those were, to me, were some of the most learning kind of objective kind of style outings for myself. Whereas in a big game, or not essentially really a big game, it's just that player himself kind of just instilling confidence in himself and not worried about what the name says on the other team's jersey and stuff like that, and just go out and play their game on anything.
Just attacking every batter with the same kind of repetition. I mean, as you would in OVC play. I want to mention another thing. You talking about the Louisville game reminded me. I'm pretty sure Hunter Fain hit a few home runs. That was your guys' hit a home run last year down there at Louisville.
Oh yeah, he put a blast into the ball.
He started the year out last year just ripping them left and right over the fence, but he graduated. He was a mainstay behind the plate for you guys over the past 3-4 years. What's it like for a pitcher now to have to learn to throw to a new guy, learn signs, learn how to communicate? How's that been? And you may shout out your catchers this year. I know you have Brody Shoup.
We got Jack Gardner, and then also Boog.
Okay,
John
Berg.
Burgart.
Yeah.
He's those three guys. I think they've done an incredible job so far. But along with that, should talk about the relationship in between of it. It's kind of it's a cool kind of spin to a relationship, because it's more than really just kind of having a dialogue to it. There's a competitive nature that I think both guys need to bring to the table to really kind of have a good success rate at the plate. So
yeah, and you guys have to be on the same page when you step out there on the field, or else things will just fall off the rails per se.
Yeah, realistically, I think with that, we start to play every time. It's the communication between the catcher, the pitcher, and then it's go time from that point. So
all right, now we talked a little bit about it in the clubhouse earlier, but we're standing here at Allen Field, home dugout. It's a beautiful park, nice scenery. We got this right field wall out here. We talked about it in there. What's that like for a pitcher? I mean, guy can hit a pop up to right field and it'll fly on out of there.
It'll change your day drastically. It'll have its moments for sure in a pitcher's head where you're playing the game and something like a ball hit off the right field wall, which essentially could potentially play out as just a normal routine fly ball at a normal sized ballpark, but we're playing at Sunny Allen, so that's a single. It kind of teaches our pitchers, I think, to kind of have a little bit more composure on the mound and play with a little bit more grit. So
yeah, you think it gives you guys an edge? Like, you look at it as it gives you an edge.
Yeah, if you can pitch at this ballpark in the OVC, you can kind of pretty much play anywhere.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so anything else you really want our audience to know? I've got to ask one thing before we go. After you may get your last piece out, we got to go in. I got to take some BP, man.
Absolutely, we'll get you set up.
All right. I got to see if I still got it. I was one of the top hitters on my 6th grade Little League team. So we'll see if I still got it.
Absolutely, nobody ever loses.
But too bad we can't get on the hill. And I was wanting to get you to throw some pitches today, but of course Morehead, rain, and it just goes hand in hand a lot of times.
Unfortunately, the weather doesn't permit it.
But like I was saying, anybody that you really want to shout out or thank for your time here at Morehead State, and any last words for our fans going into the 2020 season?
For the fans, I definitely want to say I'm going to be excited to see you guys this year, and I know the rest of the team will be excited to see everybody come out and watch a game. So
yeah, it's going to be a really fun season. I hope so. So all right, let's head to the barn. Let's see what we got going on. All right, Jason. So here we are now inside of your guys' hitting, pitching practice facility. More so, we kind of call it the barn or whatever. But you guys have quite a bit of equipment in here, and this is where you can come on some rainy days like we have today, and get some work in.
Yeah, we're currently standing in the batting cages. We've got our guy right here, Ted McCoart, is going to take a couple cuts for us and have some fun.
I'm gonna take some cuts, but first of all, I want you to kind of, you throw 3 pitches, right?
Yes.
Fastball, curveball,
slider, and changeup.
No curveball,
yes.
Slider, changeup. What's your all right? What's first? What's your favorite pitch to throw?
Probably my slider.
Slider?
Yeah.
All right, so you like to get the breaking stuff on it.
Yeah, I like trying to move the ball and making it more difficult for a hitter in the aspect of spin.
So 13 strikeouts at UT Martin last year. You're hitting them with a slider, right?
Yeah, a lot of sliders.
Yeah, that was quite the game. How many did you have against Murray State?
Oh, I'm uncertain about that. I mean, I think I probably
9 hits, or I think 9 innings. I think it was only like 2 or 3 hits.
4 hits,
4 hits,
one
yeah.
earned run. I don't know about the K's. I don't think I walked anybody though.
Yeah,
So that's,
I mean, it was an incredible game. So all right, I'm gonna go down here. We'll see what we got. I mean, don't throw me any sliders, inside off. But let's see what I can do. All right,
Sounds good.
All right. Jason, I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
definitely.
Up
I'm
here
glad you
at
guys came out.
Sunny Allen Field, as it always is, a lot of fun up here. And look forward to watching you guys on the field this season, February 30th.
Yes.
Man, I'm a little winded right there, man. What's that say about me? Jeez, oh. Jason Go, man, you've been great. It's been good talking to you. We appreciate everyone watching. This has been Tuesday TED Talk. Be sure to subscribe to Morehead State Athletics on YouTube to keep up with Tuesday TED Talk, along with our other great video features like Baseline to Baseline with Jordan and Jaiman, and also the Eagle Eye Athletics Update. I'm Ted McCourt. This is Jason Go. Go Eagles.
Great day to be an Eagle.